Hello, welcome back to e-commerce lecture series. This video of lecture 2 part 1, e-business models. E-business model. So we know that e-commerce is a rapidly evolving field, and it's important for the fourth year student to understand different business models that drive successful online enterprises. Today we will explore some of the key e-commerce models and how they can be applied in the real world. As you see on the screen, the image on this slide represents the model e-commerce landscape with a laptop showing an online store, a shopping cart, a digital payment icons, all set in a professional business environment for the online selling and buying, right? So now we are going to go into the e-business model in more details. The learning objective of this discussion session is to define what an e-commerce business model is, explain the 8 key elements of a successful e-commerce business model, the 8 key elements of a successful e-commerce business model, and we are going to analyze the real-world examples of e-commerce business models for the different business model, and understand how companies like Amazon, Netflix, and TikTok apply this model, and also for the other companies. First, we will look at a question: what is an e-commerce business model? We know that a business model is a strategic plan that describes how a company creates, deliver, and capture value. So a business model is a strategic plan that describes how a company creates, deliver, and capture value. In e-commerce, a business model defines the value proposition offered to a customer, the revenue streams that sustain the business, the market strategy used to attract and retain customer. So we know that e-commerce business model are strategic plans that describe how an online company create, deliver, and capture value for its customer. The key elements of an e-commerce model are the value proposition, the revenue stream, and market strategy. E-commerce models differ from traditional brick-and-mortar business. The question is, how do e-commerce business models differ from traditional brick-and-mortar businesses? So we know that e-commerce business differ from traditional brick-and-mortar businesses in the ability to reach a global customer base, leverage digital technologies, and automate many business processes. Online businesses can offer unique value proposition, monetize digital products and services, and use targeted digital marketing to attract and retail customer. Amazon is a customer-centric e-commerce business that focuses on faster shipping, a vast product catalog, and AI-powered recommendation to attract a retail customer. Another example is Netflix. Netflix follows a subscription-based revenue model, using AI to provide personalized content recommendation to their subscribers. Both companies leverage technologies and data-driven insights to create compelling customer experience and drive business growth. We can learn from how these successful e-commerce businesses have adapted their models to the digital landscape and use the technology to their advantage. For 8 key elements of e-business model, we will look at number 1 first, value proposition. Value proposition is a unique benefit a company offers customers that differentiate it from competitors, and value proposition defines why customer should choose a company product or service over the others. An effective value proposition is crucial for the company to stand out in the market and attract customers. The question is, which company do we think has the strongest value proposition in the e-commerce today? Yeah, lots of companies, right? We are going to look at that from one to one, right? The key names are Amazon, Alibaba, eBay, even Google, and the new AI company now is appearing, right? So the value proposition examples like Amazon's the key value proposition is a fast delivery, wide product selection and competitive pricing. And Tesla value proposition focuses on sustainable electric vehicles with advanced autopilot technology. And for example, Spotify, the music, right? Spotify's value proposition highlights personalized music streaming with AI-based recommendation. Now we are going to look at the number 2 of the 8 key elements of e-business model is a revenue model. A revenue model is a key component of a business describing how the company earns money. So revenue model describes how a business earns money. There are several types of common e-commerce revenue models, from advertising, earning revenue from ads on the platform like Google, YouTube as generated value, and another source of revenue is a subscription, recurring monthly or annually payments for services like Netflix or Spotify, based on the monthly payment or for services. Another form of revenue sources is transaction fees. Companies earn percentage of each transaction. For example, as PayPal or Stripe earn from every successful transaction, maybe a few percent track. And direct sales is number 4 source of revenues. Direct sales, selling product directly to customer like Amazon or Walmart. And number 5 is affiliate model, or earning commission by promoting third-party products on blog or on social media. So you have a question here: why do many successful e-commerce companies use multiple revenue models? Many successful e-commerce companies leverage multiple revenue models to diversify their income stream and maximize profitability to maintain a good revenue sources or stable revenue sources. For example, we look at Amazon's multiple revenue models. Amazon business model is centered around 3 main revenue streams: direct product sales, and Amazon Prime subscription model, and sponsored advertising revenue. The core of the business is direct product sales, where Amazon sells physical and digital product directly to consumers. Amazon Prime is a subscription service that offer members benefits like free shipping, streaming content, and another packs. This provides a recurring revenue stream. Sponsored ad on Amazon's platform is another important revenue source, where brands pay to advertise their products to Amazon's larger customer base. Together, on these 3 pillars, product sales, subscription, and advertising, form Amazon's multifaceted and highly profitable business model. Now we are going to look at number 3, the third element or the third dimension of e-business model, market opportunity. Market opportunity refers to the size and potential of the market target. Market opportunity refers to the size and potential of the target market for the product and service. Understanding the market opportunity is crucial because it determines the growth potentials and profitabilities of the business. An emerging e-commerce market with highly potential could be a good area to explore further. Factors to consider include the size of the market, the growth trends, competition, and unmet customer needs. We have a question here, right? You are going to find an emerging e-commerce market and explain why it has high potentials. 20 years ago is online retailing. 10 years before is mobile commerce, and then 5 years before is social commerce, and local commerce now, right? Local commerce 5 years before, and then now we have AI appears, and this can be a potential, so highly potential market. We will look at some more example of market opportunity examples. For example, TikTok Shops has entered the rapidly growing e-commerce market in the Southeast Asia, where mobile shopping is expanding over the 30% each year. This represents a significant opportunity as more consumers in the region shift to online shopping. Another example is Shopify. Shopify targets small businesses, allowing them to easily set up an e-commerce presence without needing technical expertise. So everyone can now set a website to sell online on many platforms. Shopify is one of them. And this lowers the barriers for small business companies to participate in the booming e-commerce space. We now look at the number 4 factors of EBusiness model. Key dimension of EBusiness model is a competitive advantage, competitive environment. Competitive environment first. The competitive environment is all about understanding the strength and number of competitors in the market. We need to understand that before we enter the market to know how many competitors here, right? So there are 2 key tools for competitive analysis. That's SWOT analysis, or strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. We use this tool looking at our own company strengths and weaknesses, as well as the opportunities and threat in the market. And also we can use Michael Porter's 5 forces, analyzing competitive rivalry, suppliers, buyer powers, potential new entrants, and substitute product. 5 forces of market. We will have a case study to understand more about competitive environment. How does a company like TikTok to compete against the giants like Instagram and YouTube? We will explore this in further details in the next section. Now we look at some competitive environment examples. Shopee and Lazada are 2 major e-commerce platforms competing in Southeast Asia. Shopee uses aggressive discount and promotion to attract customers. Lazada leverages Alibaba's logistics network to offer efficient delivery. We will look at another example. It's Netflix and Disney. Netflix and Disney are 2 major streaming platforms competing globally. Netflix focuses on creating original content to differentiate itself, so invest a lot into creating original content. And Disney leverages its strong brand portfolio, including Marvel and Star Wars, to attract subscribers. We have covered 4 key elements of EBusiness model, and now we look at number 5, competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is what sets a company apart from its competitors and makes it difficult for others to replicate. So the company's unique strengths that make it difficult for competitors to replicate the power or the unique strengths of company. That's create the competitive advantage. There are 3 main types of competitive advantage: cost leadership, differentiation, and network effects. Cost leadership, for example, Amazon supply chain's efficiencies to bring the lower cost. So cost leadership is about having efficient operation and lower cost structure like Amazon supply chain. Another competitive advantage is a differentiation, like Apple's brand and brand's loyalty and design. So differentiation is about creating a unique product or brand that customers value, like Apple's design and brand loyalty. Another, so the cost and the quality differentiation, and then the network effects. This is new, right? Network effect is when products become more valuable as more people use it, like Facebook social connections, right? Facebook connection. We have a question here, right? What is the biggest competitive advantage for an e-commerce company today? That's an interesting question for you to consider. The cost leadership, or the quality, or the differentiation, or the networks. You can look at the the company you are interested in, and then try to find the answer to that in the discussion lesson in the class, right? Now we look at some more examples of competitive advantage, like Amazon's competitive advantage. Amazon competitive advantage. For example, Amazon's Prime membership creates strong customer loyalty through benefits like free shipping, streaming, and more. Amazon's AWS cloud services diversify their revenue streams beyond just e-commerce. Not just selling, buying AWS service bring a major source of income for Amazon. And TikTok's AI-powered content discovery algorithm keeps user highly engaged with personalized video recommendations. So recommendation when people watch a video on TikTok is key to maintain the customer and keep user stay with TikTok videos. And TikTok's dominance in short form video differentiates it from competitors like Instagram and YouTube. So again, look at TikTok's competitive advantage. We have AI powered content discovery keeps the user engaged, and also short form video dominance differentiates TikTok from other competitors like Instagram and YouTube. Now we look at number 6. The sixth key element of e-business commerce is market strategy. The market strategy, we refer to the market opportunities, and now we have market strategy. Factor number 3 and factor number 6, right? A market strategy is a company's plan to attract and retail customer. That's the plan to attract and retail customer. How to attract customer, how to maintain customer. The key element of market strategy include search engine marketing, or SEM or SEM, like Google Ads or Facebook Ads. We pay to display on the top of the search engine. And another element of market strategy is the social media marketing. Social media marketing on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And another element is email and influencer marketing, where brands partners with influencers to drive sales. We need to brands partnering with influencers to drive higher sales. So we have another engagement task here is to choose an e-commerce brand and analyze its market strategy. We can do that with support of Jarvis, right? You can ask Jarvis to support you to do that. You choose an e-commerce brand and analyze market strategy based on the search engine, based on the social media marketing, and based on email and influencers marketing. We look at one example of digital marketing is Nike, right? Nike's social media campaigns focus on storytelling, using inspiring sports stories to engage their audience. Nike collaborates with influencers and athletes to leverage their reach and authenticity. These strategies helps Nike create a strong emotional connection with their target customer through digital channels. We will look at number 7 elements of e-business model. That's organizational development. The organizational structure of an e-commerce company is critical for its success. It's critical to its success. At the top, you will see the CEO and the leadership team set the vision and make the key decision on the top. CEO and leadership team for the vision and decision making. And then come the technology team manages the website, the AI system, the data infrastructure. The technology team may come the second, right? And then the marketing team. The marketing team handles social media, sales, SEM, and influencers partnerships. That's the job of marketing team, number 3. And number 4 is the logistics and operations team, oversees inventory, the shipping, and customer service. All these teams need to work together seamlessly for the companies to try. The structure and alignment of this function can make or break an e-commerce business. So you can consider this question before we go on. How does the organizational structure impact an e-commerce company's success? You can look at the key company of you are interested in and think about these 4 dimensions of organizational development. Right? The CEO, the technology, the marketing, and the logistics teams. Now we look at some examples of organizational development. Amazon's logistics team has worked hard to ensure the same-day delivery in major cities, which is a significant achievement in this e-commerce industry. And another example is TikTok engineering team has developed AI-driven recommendation algorithms that enhance user engagement on the platform, showing their technical expertise. Both of these examples demonstrate how organizational development initiatives can drive innovation and operational excellence in different industries. Now we look at the last but not least key factors of e-business model. That's a management team. The management team is a leadership team that executes the company business strategy. The management team is the leadership that executes the business strategy for the company, or execute the business strategy, right? Importance of strong leaderships to have secure funding, to attract top talents, and to build a long-term vision for the company. So again, we know that a strong management team is crucial. It helps secure funding, attract top talents, and build a long-term vision. We have two examples of effective leaderships are Elon Musk at Tesla, and X, known for innovation and risk-taking, and Jeff Bezos at Amazon, focused on long-term investment in logistics and technologies. We also have one case study question here. So how does leadership influence the success or failure of an e-commerce startup? We can look at this when you analyze the business model of a company and try to refer to this question: how does the leadership influence the success or failure of an e-commerce startup? You will see the important role of the leadership. And now we can nearly come to the end of this session. We have some conclusion and key takeaways. The key takeaway from this discussion is that strong business model is critical for e-commerce success. So yeah, for successful in e-commerce, we need a strong business model. Successful like companies like Amazon, Netflix, and TikTok leverage multiple business model and elements to remain competitive in the digital landscape. And long-term success factors like revenue diversification, competitive advantage, strong leadership all contribute to the long-term success of an e-commerce business. The final task here, right? You can choose an e-commerce business and break down its model. Using the 8 key elements discussed here. So for overall that you have look at a real example of e-commerce strategy, and you maybe get ready when you analyze more and more business model to understand about the model, understand about the key factors, and get ready for your career in digital business, marketing, and entrepreneurship. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lectures.